Perfect. Well, thank you all for coming on. My name is Austin Carter. I'm the GA in the Disability Resource Center. And thank you for coming to this event for our Disability Equity Week. This is the second event for today. So we had adaptive archery in the morning, and then tomorrow we have a roundtable discussion at 1:30 to 2:30 in Pummel Hall 306, and also through Zoom. So if you need the link, you can go to the Missouri State website and go to /disability, and you can go to our site, and we have all the links right there. So if you need those links, got those for you. Today we're having a Bear Power lunch. I know Bear Power does this frequently, and they've graciously invited all of us to come and join in and just hear about the program. And so without further ado, one last thing I do want to add, we will have a 5-question survey at the end of this session. So I'll post it in the chat. So feel free to fill that out. But without that, I'll turn it over to Rachel.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bear Power Lunch as part of the Disability Equity Week events. And we're so excited that you guys are here to learn a little bit more about Bear Power and hear from some of our current students. We've got several students that are with us today, as well as ambassadors. And I know that we've got some questions prepared, but we also want to invite you guys to ask us questions as well. We are an inclusive college program for students with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we launched our program in spring of 2019 at Missouri State. We currently have 2 cohorts of students, 12 students total, and our students are fully integrated on campus. So they are taking college classes alongside other Missouri State students. They are getting involved socially across campus in a variety of different settings. We're just so thrilled about having our students on campus and being such a big part of Missouri State as a whole. So we're excited for them to share with you a little bit about their personal experiences. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Caleb Hatz, and he is our program coordinator for Bear Power, and he is going to share a video with you guys to kick off the lunch today.
Thank you, Rachel. Hello, everyone. So happy you're able to join us on this virtual lunch. I see so many familiar faces, which is so nice. I'm wanting to share a brief video for Bear Power, and it lets you get to know our students a little bit better if they're not able to join us, and just more background information for Bear Power. So one moment while I pull it up. Rachel, can you see my screen? Sorry, Rachel, could you see my screen for the video?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Inspire.
Love.
Creative.
Inspiring.
Fun.
Educational.
Awesome.
It looks like students of all abilities living independently as college students.
I like it. It just gives me an opportunity to go to college and really get the college experience. And that was kind of a thing for me. I really wanted to go to college and find a program like this that would really fit me.
It's interesting to be on your own and independent and stuff.
Do you like your roommates?
Yes, I do like my roommates.
I like Bear Power because I can be on campus and hang out with all my friends.
Increase diversity of all students and learning styles in the classroom.
Bear Power community is very outgoing and very supportive, and they support you and your needs, and they support you for who you are and not because you're different.
It's really fun to be in Bear Power and just, have friends who can be very honest with me and always be fair.
A community where the focus is on what we can accomplish by living, learning, and working together.
It's just so cool to see that they, broke that ceiling, broke the standards that people have set on them their entire lives, and have shown people who have told them that they couldn't that they can.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just me and my bubble.
Right.
I should go out and talk to people.
And it gives me the opportunity to just follow my dreams and go where I want to go.
Bear Power at Missouri State University. Creating opportunities, changing perceptions.
So that was just a brief video for you all to get to know Bear Power a little bit more. If you're interested, please check out our website or follow us on Facebook. We also have a blog on our website for you to follow as well. But without further ado, I see a lot of Bear Power students and ambassadors. So if you have any questions, or I believe now we can begin the interactive lunch. So thank you all for coming.
And I was just going to add as well, you can ask a question just out loud if you'd rather, or you can also use the chat box too if you just have any questions for our students that are here with us today. And if we don't have any questions, we can actually go ahead and ask some questions that we're going to be asking at our open house event that's coming up this Saturday. We have several students coming to speak about their experience in the program. So we've got those questions prepared and can go ahead and jump into those questions if nobody has any.
One question that we have in the chat is, how often as a group do you guys meet and when? I don't know if there's any students on here that would like to give their answer for how often you all meet and when.
So, what was the question again?
Sure. Hi, Anya. Happy you're able to join us.
How often
was,
is it?
how often
So as a group, we meet every once in a while if there's like a Bear Power event. Like if Rachel Hines was like, we're gonna have a bonfire together, she'll send out an invite to where it's at, what time we need to be there. And often we meet is basically whenever we have time as students to go meet them. If we have classes or we're hanging out with the Bear Master, we won't do those meetings. It all depends on what we have as students and what days we can meet.
I think to add on to what Anya was saying, the Bear Power students meet as a group just once a week face-to-face now, and then once a week virtually in the academic sessions, but that's the only time that our Bear Power students are ever together. They're all in different classes focusing on, whatever their career interests are. And the events that Anya was talking about is we try to plan events, especially this semester, we've tried to plan social events like once a week. And of course, we've been socially distancing and wearing our masks and doing some pretty fun stuff.
Thank you both.
So from Justin Lozano, I would love to know what activities or programs outside of the classroom at Missouri State that you've enjoyed most or found beneficial for you.
Okay, so for me, activities that I've been doing is I've been involved in Christian communities, and I've been involved in the Vine, CCH, and Young Life. And all of those three are Christian community activities. Sometimes when I want to get involved in an activity, I'll just find one that I really like. But those are the 3 activities I'm really involved in, and I really like them a lot. And the reason that it benefits me is because, like, well, I just really like it because I can hang out with friends, and I really like getting to know people as a person as I am. And it just benefits me as well as a person that I like to do things.
Thank you, Anya. Or Susie, I see you're unmuted.
Hi. Sorry if I sound nervous. So what was the question again?
Sure. The question was, I would love to know what activities or programs outside of the classroom at Missouri State that you've enjoyed most or found beneficial for you.
Okay. I think one of the beneficial things about going to Bear Power is you receive lots of help from bear ambassadors and from like your teachers and like helpers and stuff. And if you want to like get information real quick, it's very easy to get it through email or from the I think from the Bear Power staff, which I think is really awesome.
Thank you, Susie. Jonathan, I see that you unmuted. Do you want to answer that question as well?
Yes. So what I really love about like outside of the classroom in this Bear Power program is it's just getting to meet new people from different cultures or doing fun activities. Like I'm part of student activity council where we basically host events around campus, which is really, really fun. Really active, communicate with a lot of people around campus. And I would say my favorite part about this semester is just meeting up with your old friends, because obviously last semester got cut short to March, so it was good to see a lot of familiar faces in the fall semester. That's it.
Thank you, Jonathan. Go ahead, Anya.
So one of the questions was, what was your favorite part of your semester so far? My favorite part of my semester has been being around my bear ambassadors and being around my friends. Obviously, I'm at home right now, as you can tell, because of the coronavirus. But right now, at this moment, when I was on campus, it was being with my bear ambassadors and just enjoying being around my friends. And that has been my favorite semester so far, and especially doing Compass and doing that school. That's been really great, and that's been a great semester that I had so far. Obviously right now it's not been the best semester, but you know, when I was on campus, it was really, really great.
Anya, let everyone know what Encompass is for those of you that aren't familiar with it, and what you do at Encompass.
So Compass Academy is a special education school for kids with disabilities. Right now they are quarantining themselves, so I'm at home. So it kind of sucks, but whatever. And what I do is I'm a teacher's aide. So basically, I'm in the classroom with the kids when they not behaving as well as they need it to be, or they're doing assignments or homework, and the teacher's like, "Hey, could you help me with this assignment?" And I'd be like, "Okay, I'm on it." And it's a really great school if any of the adults have kids that are with disabilities. That school is really great, and it's very good to enroll them in because it's a very inclusive environment, and it's very good with all the teachers and stuff.
Does anyone else want to talk about what their favorite part of their semester is so far? Susie, I see your hands. Go for it. Or Kim, go for it.
I was just going to say Hunter's on here too. I didn't know if you wanted to say anything or not. You don't have to. I wanted you to have the chance to, Hunter.
I think he's muted. If he wants to talk, like the thing is still muted. Oh, okay. So I think my favorite part of this semester is the online stuff lately. I mean, I liked starting my internship at Art Inspired Academy. It's a program that teaches kids with disability how to paint, draw, and do lots of arts and crafts and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Susie, you were showing us beforehand what you drew for your internship. Do you feel comfortable showing everyone?
I guess if nobody doesn't mind.
I'm seeing some thumbs up. There you go.
Love to see it.
Can you tell us about your artwork that you did for your internship?
Yeah, it's for we were making a scarecrow. And the best part about Art Inspired Academy is that even though you're painting what the teacher, tells you to paint, he or she encourages a creative outlook. So it doesn't have to be completely the same. It's just it's just a very relaxed environment. I enjoy it.
Can everybody hear me?
Hi, Hunter Hall. Thank you, Susie. I appreciate it. Hi, Hunter Hall. Yes, if you would like to share your experience.
Mr. Caleb. How you doing?
I'm doing so good, Hunter. How are you?
I'm feeling a little bit better today.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Still a little crummy though.
Yeah, I know you've been not feeling the best and feeling a little sick.
Yeah.
Do you want to share with everyone what's your favorite part about outside of Missouri State University, or your favorite part of the semester so far? Happy you're able to join us.
Absolutely. So hello to those that are listening on Zoom. This is Hunter broadcasting live from my dorm room, and my favorite thing about Bear Power is just like getting out and about and just walking around campus, and I do try to get out as much as I can. And my favorite part of the semester is having no class on Fridays. And the second part during my week is my internship on Tuesdays. I work over in the Plaster Student Union building, in the service learning department in their Castle Service Learning office. And what I do is I help make websites more accessible for students in the service learning program, and I do that, and I do all of that in the service learning castle office in the Plaster Student Union building here on campus. And I do that every Tuesday. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Hunter Hall.
You're very welcome.
So I'm looking through these questions, but am I skipping over anyone that I'm not seeing that they would like to add in their comments? I want to make sure I get everyone.
I think Jonathan needs to hop off for a class that he has, but he just had a couple other things that he wanted to share before he hops off.
Okay, Jonathan, please go ahead. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, so I might have to pop up soon because I have my internship at 1, but I just want to say being part of Bear Power has been absolutely life-changing for me. It's like almost being in a school, I'm in like a family over here, like helping you whatever you need, meeting new friends. Oh, I already said that. It's just been life-changing for me. That's all I have to say about Bear Power. It's just been life-changing.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. And where are you doing your internship? Do you want to share about that a little bit?
Yes, I am currently doing my internship at the Welcome Center. I am behind the desk where I meet and greet. We meet and greet people. We make birthday cards and greeting cards for potential upcoming students. We give them information about campus. We give them free stuff. I'm actually at an internship. I work with one of my friends, Tim, who's also in Bear Power. But it's pretty fun getting to interact with other people.
Jonathan, can I ask you a question? It's Kim.
Hey, Kim.
I've heard you say a couple of times, well, more than a couple of times, that Bear Power is life-changing. Can you explain what you mean by Bear Power being life-changing? It just gives me goosebumps every time you say it.
Yeah, of course. It's just because before I heard of this program, I would never thought I wanted to be in college at all. I wanted to go straight to work after high school. As soon as I saw Bear Power, I feel like, oh, I should try this. And I absolutely love it. Being able to live on campus for the first time, I never thought I'd be at college right now. So Bear Power has really changed my perspective on what I wanted to do after high school.
I love that.
Yeah. Thank you, Jonathan.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jonathan.
No problem. Well, thank you guys. I have to hop off.
Thank you for joining us, Jonathan. Enjoy your internship today.
Bye, Jonathan.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Can I say something? So what he was saying, it's the same with me. Verba has changed me significantly. When I was like 18, I didn't think I was going to go to MSU. I thought I was going to go to OTC and do that and then graduate. And like, it just changed me significantly because now I didn't realize I could have so many friends. And beforehand, I didn't have any friends. And I only had one friend, which was Charisma. And now I have several friends, and it's like, wow, I have changed significantly. But with Bear Power, it's just like very like kind of chill because like I just never thought that I would be here right now. I'd be at home doing nothing, and it's just like very variety. And I'm doing something I love, which is special education, because I want to show other people that they can do something they love and that they're not ashamed of it, even if it's out doing a job or whatnot. And it's hopefully when I am done with Bear Power, I want to go as a teacher or a parent and or a speaker and speak to other kids who are having trouble with finding what they love and doing that.
That's so nice to hear, Anya. You know, it's being a role model for other students. So appreciate that. Thank you. All right, I'm looking through the questions. I'm going to try and combine a few of them. What consists in your day-to-day schedule, which we've kind of gone in, but if there's ever anything that we haven't discussed yet, please jump in. This is an interesting one. What are some pros and cons of being a part of Bear Power? And then Susie, I'm seeing you got a lot of comments on your artwork, so congrats to you. So what are some... Go ahead, Hunter.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us today.
Bye, Hunter.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Hunter.
Bye-bye.
So I would say my pros and cons. The cons would be obviously the coronavirus and obviously being stuck at home and trying to do Zoom and homework and trying to go back and forth to my internship. I think that would be a con because I mean, obviously I don't like being at home. I would rather be on campus doing stuff, but it kind of sucks. But the pro is that I have so many support system around me, like people support me and they love me and that they are there with me and they understand that I'm at home and that even though I'm at home, I can still do things rather. And I'm a new driver, just so you all know. I'm a new driver. I'm learning how to drive back up and forth to Springfield and back at home and trying to juggle that while also being at home. So like it's like very like new for me, but the pro is I get to do things that no other people get to do, like work at a school or do things that any other person doesn't get to do.
I like this question. What is your favorite place on campus and why? Well, before the virus happened, I think my favorite place to go on campus was the PSU. Mainly because they had a lot of they had some options if you wanted to eat there, and sometimes they would have special events like maybe bingo or like they would show they would have like those booths. They'd have booths where you would like look at all the clubs you could go to. So many clubs, so many choices to choose. It's like they're on a conveyor belt of options. I like it. But since going home, you can't really join any clubs at home. But if you have the time, to like manage your schoolwork with your fun work that you like to do, it can be a very fun experience.
So I have to agree with Susie. I also like the PSU. There were so many events that I went to that I really enjoyed. There's some events that I don't enjoy, like bingo night or game night or just game night in visual. I've been to so many. I went to go see a comedian who was from SNL, and she was one of my favorite comedians. And I was so excited to meet her, and it was so cool meeting her and getting her autograph. And it was really cool because usually you don't get to do those things where you get to meet a celebrity in person. And I was freaking out because I never met a celebrity. The only celebrity I have met was my mom, but she doesn't really count. And so it was really cool. She thinks she's a celebrity, but really she's not, just saying. And the only celebrity I've met was my mom, but I was so geeking out. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a celebrity. She's from SNL. I know exactly who she was. And then, and we saw a concert. There was concerts there, and I just thought it's really cool being at the PSU. Oh, and also my favorite place is the gym because of the pool. And I like to swim and I like to run and I want to be a cross country runner someday. I'm a very fast runner, so if any guy tries to come after me, I whip them into shape. But I gotta say the PSU and the gymnasium, they're all my favorite.
Thank you, Anya and Susie. I'm also noticing Emily Daly is with us today, and she was one of our previous ambassadors. Emily, would you care to share about your experience in Bear Power?
I'd love to. So,
thank you.
Trying to remember, it was January of 2019 when I started, and then I was an ambassador for the rest of undergrad. I graduated from Missouri State in May 2020, but life happened and I had to relocate to Wichita for grad school. So I'm really thankful that we're on Zoom right now. I heard this was going on. I'm just like, I need to see my Bear Power people because it's been a hot second. But I would also have to add on to Jonathan that it's life-changing. I also saw it as an opportunity to give back because I'm actually autistic. So getting to make close friendships with multiple students was one of my all-time favorite memories. I was matched with 2 students while I was in the program, but even if you're matched with a certain student, you can go out and do other things with multiple other students too. Me and Anya went to a lot of CCH events together, and we've done some other fun events outside of Bear Power. We've been to like hockey games on campus. We've been to this event called, I think it was Night to Shine. It's similar to prom. It was also one of my favorite events too. And Susie also did some karaoke and she did amazing.
Yes, I sung Firework by Katy Perry.
Just so you know, Susie was her date.
The best date.
It's so good to see you, Emily, and have you here today. And thank you for sharing about your experience.
No problem.
Any other questions? Just hit them.
I'm looking through the chat box right now, and I apologize if I missed over any, but please add them to the chat box. I'm looking through them right now to see if there's any more that I looked over. From Angela Lopez, what are ways that students can get involved? Angela, when you mean students, do you mean becoming an ambassador or students to be a part of Bear Power program? Or, well, make sure I'm answering appropriately.
I mean, becoming an ambassador and things like that.
Sure. Kim, you're in charge of, you're a faculty advisor for ambassadors. Would you like to speak on that?
I was just going to message her and say I would send her an email. There's an application process that you can fill out. We have all of our ambassadors go through a family care safety registry background check. So just want to make sure students are safe to be with our other students, our Bear Power students. We ask that you commit 2 to 3 hours a week. There's a training that you go through before you're paired with a student. We have done some trainings recently, but we're holding off pairing student ambassadors with current students because they all seem to be good with the amount of ambassadors that they have, but graduations happen and students leave or other responsibilities change with ambassadors. Sometimes we'll lose an ambassador from semester to semester. So I will definitely write your name down and I will send you the information to become an ambassador. I think it's one of the coolest things on campus. So. Do you have other specific questions, Angela?
Not at the moment, because I'm a freshman and I heard about Bear Power before, and I thought it was a really cool program on campus, and it's something I'd really want to be involved with because I want to become a speech and language pathologist. And yeah, and I just wanna help others. So it sounded like a really cool program to be involved with.
That's what I'm studying right now too at Wichita State.
Ooh, that's so cool.
They have like the speech and language center, like therapy center.
I'm a freshman, so I'm just getting into it, but I'm really excited. And I wasn't expecting a lot like coming here, but it was really cool to see because I like know two people, like two Bear Power students. Like I met Anya at Young Life, and that was cool. And I met Jonathan at SAC because we're in the same committee. So that was cool to see.
It's pretty awesome to see them getting involved around campus, just like other students, just like you're doing. So it's pretty cool. Caleb, I have a question for our two Bear Power students that are on here. Can I go ahead and ask it?
Please, Kim, go ahead.
I would like to know what area or how you feel that you have grown the most. You, Anya and Susie are both with our first cohort of students. So tell us how you feel that you have grown and changed the most.
So I'm not extremely shy. Everybody knows that, but I think I am. But as I started getting more comfortable, because I'm a safety hack. I'm just saying I'm a safety freak kind of girl. I do not like going anywhere without feeling safe. I do not go at nighttime. I make sure I have my pepper spray with me or whatever. But as I started getting more comfortable with being at nighttime, I started getting more comfortable with my safety and making sure that I feel safe, but also other people. I'm not really great at making friends. Like I'm horrible at making friends. I'm the type of girl that I would be in the background sitting down by myself. I'm horrible. And when I started going to CCH and Young Life and all that kind of Christian organizations, I started getting more comfortable with my skin. I started being like, maybe I can be comfortable with getting to know people instead of feeling like I shouldn't get to know people. And I started growing more and more of getting to know other people and feeling more comfortable with myself, because in the beginning I was like super shy. I didn't really like talking to people unless I knew them, or if I didn't know them, I would be like, I'm not talking to you because I don't know you, you're a complete stranger. I had to get comfortable with that. And, as time grew, I started getting comfortable. Like, this is my band ambassadors. I have to trust them that they can take care of me, and I have to trust them, and I have to be okay with being around other people.
Thank you, Anya. Susie, you're next.
What was the question again?
Tell us how, since you've been in Bear Power, tell us how you think you have grown the most, how you've changed.
I think one of the things that has changed about me the most is that in the beginning, I tend to forget a lot of things. I tend to forget time. Sometimes I even forget to remember my own name. And sometimes I forget a lot of things. And so it helps to have someone remind me of, times and places to go, and have myself remind myself to do certain tasks that normal adults would do. Again, it's very difficult to remember things. I have that problem. Like, I'll set my phone down, and then 2 seconds later I'm searching the whole house for it. again, in the beginning, it was hard to remember things, but now it's gotten a lot more easier to remember to do things, and also to grow very independent on just doing normal tasks like doing the laundry, learning how to tell time, speech and language, because I can't spell to save my life. Like if I was on the game, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I think I'd lose. The fifth grader would probably win. Oh.
Stay with me, Susie. I think they would do much better than me.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Spelling's a hard skill.
I know, but like when you spell even an easy word like people and peoples and like what's the plural for what's the plural for I'm trying to figure out a plural. What's the plural for what's the plural for moose? What's the plural for moose? And I'd say maybe mooses. I'd say that's the correct one, right? But then sometimes I would say nieces. It's just like it sounds much more cuter, nieces.
I'm glad you mentioned the speech language clinic too, Susie, because that's another partnership we haven't really talked about a lot on our lunch today, but I feel like it's really valuable for our students.
Oh yeah, like I learned a lot.
Speech and language services through the MSU clinic on campus.
Me too.
Work on skills, anything from working on academics to working on social skills, even time management is another thing that the speech language pathologists will work on with our students. So we really value those partnerships on campus, and it really does help benefit our students.
Like I got way better.
Free.
I got way better at spelling and telling time when I went to the speech and language thing. I only wish that they had something like that for younger kids. That way it wouldn't be so hard to learn how to do those things. And I really appreciate the time that I spent there learning how to tell time, count numbers, and learning how to remember that 9 o'clock p.m. and 9 o'clock a.m. are two different time frames. Like you don't want to meet someone at 2 o'clock a.m. That's just that's just like that's just very confusing, especially on leap years or like oh, what did we have? It just happened. It was daylight savings time, where you have to roll back the clock.
I know that I enjoyed the extra hour to sleep in. It was very, very nice.
So one of the questions was, how was the transition from online classes? And I gotta say, not easy as I like it. I like being in person. Not as easy. Online classes is just really, really hard. Trying to balance being with my family, but also doing homework, but also trying to schedule beer power homework time. Like it's two different like difficult. I like being in person better than online classes because online classes sucks. Like it's not fun. And Susie probably likes it more than I do, but I don't really like it at all. It's just not as fun. I like being in person.
Hey, at least you're honest.
If we both liked, what was the question? Did you both enjoy living in dorm last year before living in the same dorm as the two? Yes, we did. We mostly had an apartment in Monroe, and of course, me and Susie enjoyed it. It was just a little different because it was not just me and Susie. It was 3 other people. And obviously it was very hard because it was the virus and a lot of the students were getting it. And that was really hard for us because we had to be in an apartment, but also try to keep calm about the whole situation. And so me and Susie both moved out of the apartment. And for the reason is because of the virus. It was getting really, really bad there. And we needed to be at home with our family because that's what our family decided that would have been safer. But we did love being in a dorm and an apartment for 2 weeks, and it was really, really great, and it was really excellent being around other people. I'm not saying we hated it, we loved it, and it was so much fun, but it was just not the right timing.
I think I preferred living in Hutchins. Living in Hutchins a lot more better than the Monroe apartments. I mean, I just thought that Hutchins was a lot more cleaner and had a lot more rules, like the quiet hours, which when you're a student on campus, you need quiet hours to study and focus on your work. The Monroe apartments, my problem was it wasn't the virus. It was the fact that the apartments were near the highway. And when you hear sirens going back and forth, day in and day out, night and day, sirens going off.
Not to mention, Susie, the stomping up in the room.
The
stomping. I hated that. Literally every night, me and Susie would wake up and be like, "Oh my gosh, shut up!" And I literally had to go to the front desk like 2 times and be like, "Ma'am, there's a problem with the second floor. There are people stomping like maniacs on the second floor. Would you make them shut up?" And she's like, "We can't do that, ma'am." I'm like, "Well, do it anyways."
I actually asked the front row, the front desk too, about the noise situation.
Oh my gosh, I swear to you, if they
said we'll get back to you soon, miss. I never heard from him.
I swear, if they stomped it one more time, I would have been up there and be like, "I'm gonna cancel this party and bother you two and tell you to shut up." That's what I'm gonna tell you.
And not to mention our other roommates were kind of loud.
Our roommates was terrible. We had one roommate that had 2 cats. One cat hated a cat, just hated them, called them mean names, and then they would stay up till 12 o'clock at night making food. I swear to you, they looked like they were like having the time of their life. That's not for us. No. Horrible. Somebody said, "What's your favorite memory so far?" So our favorite, canceling that horrible experience, our memory so far was I love being with Susie. Susie is my best friend in the whole entire world. It's sad because we're apart because obviously because of the coronavirus. Coronavirus sucks. Yay! And you know, my favorite memory was being on campus with Susie and torturing her to death. And I love torturing Susie, even when she doesn't love it. My favorite memory was just being around Susie and enjoying being around Bear Power students and just, having fun and enjoying being myself, but let alone being stuck at home,
Well, my favorite memory was taking Anya to one of my poetry nights. One of my poetry nights. And we'd sit there and listen, and we sat there and listened to so many wonderful poets. I mean, she didn't get it, but I totally got it.
Hey, I got the guys. I thought they were cute. I mean, hey, one thing you do at a poetry is sit there and rate guys.
No, you sit there and you listen to other artists' work.
That's not how it works.
And then the whole time we were walking back, you were complaining about how boring
it was. Boring. Oh, come on. If you are really into poetry, would you really want to sit there unless for a poetry up there for 24 hours? I swear to you, snores fast, let me sleep. Like,
you just don't get my taste. You just don't get my taste.
Susie loved it. She went up there and did a poetry. I thought she was great. She didn't win, but I thought she was great.
Oh,
Susie, I'm curious of what your poem was about. I didn't know this happened.
Oh, it was the thorn bush poem. Okay. The one that Rachel has. Like I sent it to Rachel. Remember, Rachel?
Yes, I actually have that hanging in my office. It's really good, Susie.
Thanks.
I'll need to check that out the next time I'm in the office then. I didn't know it was posted in your office, Rachel. Cool. I notice our time is slowly running out, and Rachel, you put in the comment box regarding our open house. If anyone wants to join us this Saturday from 9 to 12, we're having a Bear Power open house, or if you want to send it out to anyone who would be a potential student, parents, anyone in the community, it would be a great event. It's all virtual. Registration is required, but another great event just to get to know Bear Power more. We're going to have a few panels. We're going to have student panels, so you're able to ask them questions, somewhat like this lunch. We're going to have an ambassador panel as well. And then we're going to have a panel for our faculty. We're going to have a panel for our internship supervisors. And then we'll have an in-depth look at our admissions process as well, because we're opening up our third cohort for 6 more students that will be starting in the fall of 2021. So if you're interested or can think of anyone that might be interested in the community, it's in the chat box, but it is also on our website to register. So it'll be a fun day.
Does anybody else have any last questions before we conclude our Bear Power lunch today? Or Susie and Anya, do you have any final thoughts that you guys want to share?
I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming to this. This means a lot to me and Susie. I gotta say, Bear Power has really has been a wild ride, and I can't believe I'm graduating with Susie. It's gonna be very crazy and very it's just very weird to say that I'm a senior when I am 22. So I'm basically a senior in depth. I'm 22. I'm old. And so it's very great to come on here and talk to you guys about what my life is like in Bear Power.
I like to thank you for listening in. And thank you for all your love and support. Peace.
It was nice to meet you.
Perfect. And I also posted a link to a survey. So before y'all leave, if you wouldn't mind filling that out, it's just 5 questions. And yeah, thank you all so much. For Disability Equity Week, tomorrow we do have our last event. It is a roundtable discussion in Pummel Hall at 3:06. And it's also on Zoom. It's at 1:30. And so if you have any questions, you can go to the Disability Resource Center website. And we also have all the links if you need that. But Yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you for Bear Power for hosting this, and for the Bear Power students and ambassadors kind of share their experience. So thank you all so much and have a good rest of your day.